any other chicken, don't it? Let's just bloody play.
They've captured themselves a bard.
We're keen to rest.
Come, with fragulous crown and with scepter abraid, draw Ragslin.
You, move on!
Do as she said. Now, where was I?
Wait a tick. A friend of you.
Wait.
Too fat.
Of course.
Dragons is fat and they fly far. Idiots.
Right, yes.
We have to find Halsin before it's too late. I doubt these goblins care much for their pri-
Action, not reaction.
Look at all these sleeping beauties, dead to the world.
That's a long word. Here, help us out. Says here that goblinoids are obstreperous and malodorous. What's that mean? Bit confusing, cause it says we're feeble-minded weaklings right before that. Still, only other stuff to read round here is the filth-clagger scrawls in the latrines. Belonged to some bloke who showed up here asking questions. Bold as a bugbear, he was. Said he's writing a book about the Absolute. Lads didn't like that. Said he was a spy or some such. Think they've locked him in the cells already. Well, I had a good chinwag with him, though. Interesting bloke. I ain't finished with it. It's enough reading it.
As the symbol glows, power courses through you. Authority.
Suppose you're right. Absolute rewards faith, not book learning. Take it. Maybe if I pray hard enough, I'll get some of that booyag for myself.
road ahead.
Right, you know. And he raises his arm to magic again. So for him.
Have to keep going.
No more promise from that run after that.
Paws, heck! My head hurts bad. You crash about like a drunken ogre. I'll rip your tongue. Break your legs. Make you quiet.
As the symbol glows, power courses through you. Authority.
I hear the absolute do not. Paws, heck!
As the symbol glows, power courses through you. Authority.
I hear do.
Moving ahead. Let's have a look.
Goblins are such vile little parasites.
Given your own nature, are you really the one to judge?
Here goes nothing. Watch how you go.
What now? Oh, for a skeleton.
Never a dull moment. Time to press ahead. I need a shovel to dig this up.
My faith protects me.
Don't touch me.
Ahead.
Then he lifts up this mace with his other arm. So
At the ready.
I'm daggering out. No more problems on that one after that.
Statue of Selena. This ruin must have been dedicated to her. And now
Fresh
The mark glows, but you feel nothing in response. Your illithid power is beyond reach until you rest.
Everyone says that, but you better go on, or I'll wipe that.
End him or leave him. But don't you dare grovel to this slug.
Look, mate, just piss off. You're not welcome here. Just wait. I'll be next in line to become... I'll kick out that annoying hobgoblin, the princess and dread too, and everyone will have to obey me. What? Oh. There, arrogance.
Hey, Keith! There!
What was I
More
saying?
heretical symbols, of course.
Got wings. Reckon it can...
Bloody racket.
Oh, come on now. They're just having a bit of fun.
Seluna. As if mingling with a Let's do what we have to do, then get out of here. Quite the understatement, but yes. Let's not linger in this place any more than necessary.
We'll pay him a visit in return. That'll be some real fun.
Oi! We ain't said you pass. You don't pass.
This area is off limits. Perhaps the guard can be convinced otherwise.
Bloody racket.
Oh, come on. Oi!
Oi! State.
The mark glows, but you feel nothing in response. Your illithid power is beyond reach until you rest.
All right. Normally we stick you foreign types in the spot, but the Absolute says we're all making nice now. So when you... Well now, gonna have to be more specific than that. We're drowning in true souls, here we are. You here to see Priestess Gut, Boss Ragslin, or the Drow? Well, look. Big Boots here has an appointment with Draw Ragslin himself. Throne room's at the back. He's Bloody racket.
Oh, come on now. They're just having a bit of fun.
Oi.
Do you hear the Absolute's voice? Do you feel her inside you? That's because
You've set foot in a restricted area. A swift exit may be in order. The only thing you've managed to convince them of is that you...
That the jingle of coin I already turned quite the profit today?
You recognize the crest she bears, the winged serpent of the Zentarim.
Half right, sharp eyes. As then is a normal trader. Just a matter of what's for sale. Weapons and other exotic goods, true enough. But most of all, we offer discretion. No judgment, no right and wrong, just good deals and bad. That a problem for you? pleasure.
None of you are worthy. Such a disappointment.
How do we get close?
The mark glows, but you feel nothing in response. Your illithid power is beyond reach until you rest.
What? Think you could do better? Go on then. What? You shy or something? I wonder what's that weird priest next door. Sounded like he was beating.
Please. Buddy. The place was... Please. That's all I know. Thank you. Thank you so much. I should be able to make it to the grove. The grove.
Your alarm pig started squealing yet?
Could write something in the Absolute's honor if I knew more about her.
Don't go bothering my pigeon. What's it to ya?
The mark glows, but you feel nothing in response. Your illithid power is beyond reach until you rest.
I guarantee we mustn't tarry, but I hate an invisibility potion, my friend. I dare say the experiment has proven most fruitful, too. I'll be happy.
I spy a scrying eye. Let's not get its attention.
Your scouting pup. One of those. Her heart is more generous than mine. Join my hunt, fairy, and obey me. Why she chose a blith such as you?
Her mind focused. She is seeking the grove you visited. Already you feel her mind closing around yours.
Speak, true soul. The hunt must begin soon. Tell me what you know. The Absolute will reward us with such power if we find this place. So close. Go to their refuge and make your way inside. How noble. I will gather a raiding party. You will open the gates from the inside when the time... We will cleanse the place of infidels, and then we will be the first among her favorites. I do not intend to lead a suicidal charge. The Absolute brought you here for a reason. To throw open those gates so we can crush our enemies. You are honored to serve a cause, a god. You will earn her love. What greater reward could there be? Fine. I will share what I have. But keep it to yourself. I will... You and for the ab... Gather the raiders.
How we were meant to
It
turn
is yes, your ladyship.
deluded
We won't let you down.
We were talking to a god.
prizes for guessing what this weapon they're after really is. The artifact.
Let's not.
I'm just saying.
Lucky.
See? It squealed! Hit it again!
Keep your hands steady, Three.
Again! Again!
Make it squeal again.
We're juicing it up. The beast came in here with those robbers, killed Dink, and boss is thinking of serving it.
Ah!
We must.
Look, you'll see! Give me that rock! I'll show ya! The god! Get the god!
This area is off limits. Perhaps the guard can be convinced otherwise. If your intention was to...
Have seen everything.
Pardon the viscera. One should cherish all of nature's bounty, but goblin guts are quite far down the list. You aided a bear without knowing if it would savage you. Either way, I owe thanks. I am the druid Halsin. Yes, but just Halsin will suffice. Unbecoming to demand honorifics from the one who saved my hide. Parasites in your head that... Oak Father preserve you, child. But something's different. You're aware? How is this possible? Perhaps. But I wouldn't want to place all my... You weren't speaking lightly when you said you needed help. I've been studying these parasites for a while now. Ever since I discovered these someone is using very powerful magic to modify these tadpoles. They're using... I'm sorry to say, I can't undo that magic, which means I can't cure you. I didn't find what I came here for, a way to remove the tadpoles, but I found the next best thing. I found out where they come. That must be where these enchantments are placed on them. And it's where you'll find your cure. I overheard that the cultists are sending all of their captives to Moon. Innocents go in, true souls come out. Given that all of these true souls are infected, it has to... If you want to find a cure, you must head there and discover how the tadpoles are being manipulated. I wish I could, but there's still work I've no right to ask more of you. But if you could help me, I'd be free to join your journey. I cannot allow these butchers to threaten my grove. The natural order must be protected. My thanks. If you prevail, it's too late to stop things from here. The goblins are already marching on the grove in force. You must get ahead of them. Muster the defenses. Thank you. I know it's a great deal to ask. Hurry then. May Sylvanus guide us.
Don't waste a step. Let's see. What's hiding here?
He does.
You ever talk to a dead squid?
There.
We find who killed it, and we find who took that weapon.
Your skulls sizzle.
I speak for the Absolute, and I say, you stay. I've got and there's no truth.
That your heart seizes. What if the creature noted your presence at the crash site? With Raxlin's void, Raxlin remains ignorant to your present. Suspicion floods Raxlin's mind.
Yes.
Doing. It's just the same.
Bloody racket.
Oh, come on now. Cheers. Jeez. Cheers.
Action, not reaction. Let's move. Need to find a way forward.
One crisis after another. Goblins not.
This is a nightmare.
I should speak up.
I heard what happened. If the druids... So we can risk violence here, or face it for certain on the road. Quite the choice, isn't it? No, it's Korga's influence. Without her twisting things. But I can't manage that. But they've already let you pass once. It does... You'd be... Scouts yet?
No, sir. They'll
Better
find
not
it.
be cursed.
Yes. Of course.
The air is heavy. Moisture drips down your forehead. Pain shoots through your fingers. Your hand...
Chukil gate vlakith mazathok. Can you feel it crawling through you?
Tendrils squirming in your chest, gripping your heart, piercing your belly. I can. I see it in you. I will be quick with my blade.
Your minds intertwine. You sense a touch of uncertainty, a touch of disgust. A shadow swims across your vision, and a familiar voice tells you Lae'zel's spear grips you. Not fear of death, but fear the great warrior Lae'zel, a failure to her kind. She will wield no silver sword, ride no red dragon, forever unknown to the great Lich Queen Blackith.
I cannot trust my own mind. So it seems I must trust yours. I will wait. But know this. I am watching. If the sickness does not pass come dawn, I will end us all.
I came just in time. You are transforming.
Yes, you have. I saved you before. And I'm here to save you again. Don't worry. You will not become a Mind Flayer. Not while I'm around. I'll protect you. We haven't much time, so listen closely. There is great potential within you. It comes from that parasite. Your instinct is to resist the power it gives, but you must accept it, nurture it. I will keep it from consuming you, but for the sake of both of us, you must learn to wield it. For the fate of Faerun. A fight we are losing. For now. You can change that, but only if you embrace your potential. I have to go. The enemy is closing in. I will be back. You'll feel better. I promise.
My apologies. Huh. Not quite myself just yet. She told me she was watching over me. An uncanny apparition. Not entirely sure what to make of it. Very curious. In all my readings on the effects of illithid parasites, I've never come across it. Another unique quality of our predicament, perhaps. Are you inclined to take these visitors at their word? If so, we have far more to learn about the powers at play here. Our ignorance as to the exact nature. I hope your confidence proves well-founded. God knows we could use all the help we can get. Think of it as tribute. I can assure you, that is most gratifying to hear. May I? Thank you. It is a strange experience. Each time anew. But the magic isn't having the effect it should have. It's not like the last time. It merely drizzles. The embers still sizzle. The fire. I'm not certain what's going on, but nothing good. Please, I need to think. Thank you for the artifact. A great deal of trouble.
The dog pants through a ball held firmly in his mouth. He relinquishes the ball. It is well.
I shall be here in thy camp for whenever thou hast need of my services. There are many answers to that question. None are important. Correct. No. A mending of the threads. Should thou or any of thy compatriots perish, I will cleave so, because it is my calling. There is little else to explain.
Easy now. I'm not going to let the goblins.
There's barely any. God, this oil bloody stinks.
Not so bad as burning goblin will, I'd wager.
Tom, spare me. That thing looks fearsome.
Is that good or bad?
Depends which side of it you're standing on, I suppose. Holding up all right?
I'm fine. You don't have to keep checking.
How did you... Guards! You have a habit of turning up where you're least expected. But no, we've spotted goblins in the woods. What happened at their camp? Truly? Hells, I didn't expect it. We were almost ready to leave. Well... we threw them back once. If you're with us, perhaps we can do it again. We need to thin the goblin numbers quickly if we're to have every ounce of oil that we could spare. We'll blow the horn to draw them in and pray our fire arrows strike true. Your courage is catching, it seems. Or perhaps make what preparations you deem necessary, and then sound the horn. This is it.
I know that you are all afraid, but we have never been handed the easy choices or the gentle paths. These creatures would take our lives.
A splinter of ice works its way.
A pretty speech. It almost now slit his throat and opened that gate. The Absolute wants all of them dead. Sacred. It is.
Can't even catch my breath. Another day, another fight.
Talk to me.
I will ascend. There's an illithid parasite in that corpse. You should take a look.
Bashaba's black bones! I'm too late! You! Where's Zevlor? Oh, God damn it, Zevlor! I find a clear path to the city. You keep everyone alive long enough to use it. That was the plan. No bloody heroics. But I guess heroics were necessary to survive all this. Who are you? The savior Zevlor mentioned in his last message. Well met. I found a path to the city, and with those goblins dead, there'll never be a better time to get on it. But if what Zevlor said of you is true, you have unfinished business out here. Should you be heading west, be careful. This new god has a tight grip on Moonrise Towers, and it was a dark place. We've another road to walk, and it's past time we were on it. Though I suppose some here is faint thanks compared to what you've done for us. My people will join your camp tonight. A farewell, if you'll have us. Right.
I am.
No, an owlbear.
Very well.
Patience.
Having put...
Behold!
I'll have you know, he can also make them blue. Never have I met such troglodytes. Now,
How much farther can I go?
You know, I never pictured myself, never thought I'd be the one they'd toast for saving so many lives. And now that I'm here... We killed some goblins to save some tieflings. The tally of lives didn't change much. But what do I get for all my hard work? A pat on the head and vinegar for wine.
It's a heavy, rich red.
See what I mean? All I want is a little fun. Is that so much to ask? By the hells. Sex. Let's wait until things quieten down. Once the others are asleep, we'll find each other. Never listen to your second thought. But fine, if you're determined to ruin your evening...
But that's not what happened.
Live a little. Everyone seems to be in high spirits. Strange. You know who I never thought I'd find myself caring for? I think you'll find I've been showing ample concern for myself since the moment we met. I mean, desperate people. Like those refugees. Never gave them much thought. Yet we came through for them. We saved their lives. That's more easily said by... But nobody's here to debate right. Share a bottle with me? We should wait a little while. Until the others have drifted off. Best not keep me waiting. I'd prefer not to entertain myself.
Go on now. Don't waste a night like this talking to me. We'll discuss your problem tomorrow. Later, perhaps. Don't worry about me. A night and... Go on, enjoy...
I do hope you have partaken of something bracing. This may well take us all night. But I am engaged in... If we are to write your legend in the stars, that ballad was but a crude preview, a frame without its crown. Something iconic, but not too much of a mouthful. We don't want to exclude the common folk. A wonderful one indeed. But your deeds loom larger than life. Exactly wrong, my friend. Now.
Gobweed. Brick-a-li... Aye? Heading out for a forage, you need some...
You recognize the names. Herbs known to relieve the symptoms of a hangover.
Can't say I've heard of those. Or I'll have to make it up to you in Baldur's Gate. Here.
I have seen the Kithraki tear a screaming Neogi's legs from its belly to fashion into blades. Yet they could not match your nerve today. It was enough to drive me to madness. A pity for us you have promised your night to the half-elf. I've no doubt you will satisfy your tastes for endless conversation. Vlaakith demands of me no less. If only I might lay claim to my proper trophy. Come morning, you will wonder. You will wonder how my lips might have tasted, how my fingers on your skin might have felt. Oh, but do enjoy yourself this night. I intend to myself. A start.
Hope you're enjoying the night, hero. I certainly am.
Beautiful night, don't you think? Nothing like a brush with destruction to make one. It's a view I would once have shared with my companion. Though definitely she preferred it when we were alone. Curled up before a crackling hearth with some ancient, esoteric tome between us. Ink glinting in the firelight. By a Gerorn's lot! I speak of Tara, my Tressim, assistant, my constant companion through all the ills and tribulations my hubris has thrust upon me. She'd be most impressed by our efforts saving these tieflings. Proud, even. And I've given her little after I was afflicted with my condition. And locked myself in my tower for an entire year. I've given up on myself. After so long being cared for by someone else, it feels good to have repaid the favor. Not directly to Tara, but to these poor tieflings. I'm sure she would approve. You remind me of her somewhat. There's a steeliness in you. An unwavering tenacity, even in the face of... Wish she were here for me to make a formal introduction. But I would never ask her to undertake such a journey. Besides, she was always telling me I needed to spread my wings, so to speak. Find mortal friends, instead of hanging onto Mistra's coattails. So that's what I'm doing. I hope. Oh, she'll love you. So long as you don't rub her belly. She hates it when anyone does that. Not an animal lover. Nobody's nonetheless. Suffice it to say, I think rather a lot of you. And there aren't many on this plane who I'd give such high praise. Then let me say it more plainly. I think you're rather wonderful. And that's not a word I waste on anyone unworthy of it. Wine is to wit, as meat is to... Perhaps we'd better leave it at that. Mine eloquent tongue isn't worthy of... With my condition as volatile as it is, I fear any undue... excitement. Go. Indulge in the frivolities. They're good for the heart. And mine will be...
Seems simple enough.
Spilled my pint. Not like you, Lee. Think of it. No more caves. No. We'll be in a city with.
Don't forget our little agreement.
The buzz of celebration quiets to a soothing hum as you approach your bunk. Though you seek repose, you needn't spend the night alone. There is one who yearns for you in the dark. Who will you seek? Your heart skips a beat. What treasures might this night bestow?
You made it. Come here. Sit with me. So eager. I'm surprised it took you this long. Well, to begin, I think a toast is in order. Any suggestions? Bold. What does us entail? I suppose I'll find out. To us. Now tell me something about yourself. And no tadpoles, dragons, marauding goblins, or anything like that. Something about you. Fishing for blackmail material, that's all. Go on. I insist. Oh no. I provide... Seems like you truly know the city. I never got to explore it to my liking. Don't stop now. Not just as things are getting interesting. Oh, and what else do you find to be fair? You don't waste time, do you? There's still plenty of wine. Nearly light. The others will be awake soon. What? I know, but you're sweet to notice. Thank you for last night. Well deserved, though.
She trails off. You read an invitation in her eyes.
That didn't hurt, did it? Good to know. For the future. Let's head back.
I trust you enjoyed your evening. After all your efforts, it was well deserved. It may be some time before you're afforded another such night. There is much to be done. And I'm certain a cure for you can be found at Moonrise Towers, but it's complicated. The journey specifically, it's extremely perilous. Though it seems you're well accustomed to navigating danger.
I suppose it was too much to hope we were going to be cured here and now. To Moonrise, then.
To get to the towers, you'll need to pass through it. This curse shrouds everything in shadow. You will not find life, light. Any who linger are twisted by the curse. They become shadow beings, tormented, dangerous souls. You're half right. You have to get to Moonrise, but you still have a choice of how to get there. You could go overland, along the Risen Road or through the mountains. Easier at first. You could also go under. There is a tunnel somewhere in the ruined Temple of Selûne. It leads to Moonrise Towers through the... Long ago, a man called Ketheric Thorm built a secret stronghold deep down there, before rallying a whole...
Dark Justiciars.
Aridon and his lot were looking for a way down there. They were... From this stronghold, if you can find this place, I'll wager it will reveal a more direct path to Moonrise Towers. and maybe even bypass the worst of the Shadow Curse. You'll need to pick it up where Aradin left off. Find the hidden entrance. It's somewhere in the Temple of... The decision is yours, but I'd favor the Underdark. Even a place like that is the lesser evil compared to the Shadow-cursed lands. Anything is preferable to risking the Shadow Curse. I would like to join your camp, if you'll allow me. I've long sought to return to Moonrise Towers. It seems our fates have aligned. Unfinished business. I helped overthrow Ketheric Thorm and his Dark Justiciars years ago. I spent... If I can join you and get close, may Sylvanas guide.
Enough waiting. I crave blood. All's well that ends not as bad as it could have. I want to have a word.
One horn. This is the devil Will has been tasked to kill.
Me? Never been better. Oh, fuck me. It's you, from the Nautiloid. Please tell me I found you before those so-called Paladins of Tyr did. Nice of you to ask. Lately, I've gotten used to being called Devil. No follow-up questions. The truth is, well, it's a long story, and I'll tell it, but...
A great heat roars through you. Her heat, fiery as the hells. Then you're lost in visions of demonic armies as you tear through a landscape of fire and blood. The Blood War. You saw it from above as the Nautiloid passed through Avernus. This woman was on the front line.
What was that? Not by choice. I'm a good skull crusher, but I never wanted to serve Zariel. From that peek I got into your head, I'm not the only one with problems on top of problems. A mind flayer tadpole, huh? And no joy getting it sorted as of yet, I see. I'm Karlach. And you are? Ah! Thought I'd lost the Blade of Frontiers on the Mind Flayer ship. Well, if it isn't obvious by now, he's wrong about me. I'll prove it to him if he stops swinging that sword around long enough to listen to sense. Now that we're old pals, how would you feel about helping me kill some evil bastards? A little background, if your moral compass needs something to point at. You already know I fought in the Blood War. I was good at killing. So good, Zariel, the Archdevil herself, made me her personal attack dog. I played along until I could get the fuck out of there. It took me 10 years to... Zariel sent goon after goon to hunt me down. But believe me when I tell you, I'm not going. The latest yappy little dogs she sicked on me are nearby. A group of dopes posing as paladins of Tyr. Want to help me take them down? Don't worry. I'll lead the charge. But I could use your help. There's a lot of them, and only one of me. After that, we can team up. Take Faerun by the short hairs. Sound good?
A warrior who winks at her foes while she slays them. You'd be a fool to refuse her.
Fuck yes. They cornered me outside the toll house just up the hill. Doubt they've gone far after the scorching I gave them. Hang on, though. Looks like you got enough backup at your side. Not sure there's room for me. I'll catch up with you when it's time to camp for now. But don't get to any of the fun stuff without me. Got it?
Whatever killed those gnolls might be nearby. Careful.
So, Will with a Y. Why?
Why? That's right.
But why?
Why? A great uncle's name, my father said. But I just figured he couldn't spell.
Cut it out. It's worse than gnolls out there.
Nothing we need to worry about.
How about a dragon? Would that worry you?
I'd give it a bloody good
That's easy,
fight,
friend.
that's for sure.
You're welcome to rest here.
Please, no more. Leave us in peace, and we shall leave you in kind.
Cut the crap, Anders. I know what you are.
Don't let her hurt us. Please, we just want to go home.
The Archduchess will be delighted when we return with Karlach's head on a pike.
There's something in the squint of his eye. You suspect he's lying.
Enough! Enough! I'll not play pretend anymore. Karlach, you're going home in pieces if needs must. And you'll soon learn what it means to ally yourself with the likes of this garbage.
Avernus was never my home. It was my prison. I'm free.
You picked the wrong
What's this?
No choice but to keep going.
Forever dauntless. Watch and learn.
You've made a grave. I've got it.
Now this is my happy place. Nice little nap.
Fuck them. And if any of Mummy's little friends want to pick up where the others left off, they'll find nothing but a pile of ash. Not big enough. Now get out before you get hurt. Now!
Seems simple enough. With haste.
That ought to do it.
Where am I needed? Heading out. The pride of the gate.
Looking ahead. Very well. Bodies everywhere.
Soldier. What about it? Had to let off a little steam after
Granted, the fire lasted a little longer than it should.
Hear that?
Infernal engine for a heart. Lets me burn as hot as the hells. Won't be seeing my mechanic anytime soon, so I'll just make the most of the extra heat. Just don't get too close, till I've found a way to calm it down. High pain tolerance, and a dynamic duo of truly shitty bosses. But it's a bit early in the game to be getting into tragic backstories. Let's save the Scar show for later, after we've worked up an appetite for tragedy. Meanwhile, I'll need to find someone who can tune up my engine sooner rather than later. The first time I faced down those paladins, they let slip there was an infernal mechanic in the area. A tiefling. He might be able to stabilize things, if I can find him. Sounds like a good lead. Hopefully our guy will be among them. A tune-up would do the...
I need a shovel to dig this up.
Checking things out. Let's chew the fat.
All's well that ends not as bad as it could have.
My condition likes being ignored as little as I do. I must consume another artifact. And soon. Thank you. It hardly has any effect. Oh, Mistra, have mercy on us all. Listen, I need to speak to you, to all of you. It would be unconscionable of me to remain silent. I might just be about to remedy that. You have to know who I was. You have to know who I really am. What I am is a walking shadow of the promise I once held. I'm what one might call a wizard prodigy. Who from an early age could not only control the weave, but compose it. Much like a musician or a poet. Such was my skill that it earned me the attention of the mother of magic herself. The Lady of Mysteries. The goddess Mistra. She revealed herself to me and she became my teacher. In time, she became my muse. And later, even my lover. Oh, yes. We enjoyed each other's company. Body. You see, no matter how powerful a wizard we mortals can become, we never scratch more than the surface of the weave. Mistra keeps us in check. There are boundaries she doesn't let us cross, yet every time I was with her, I stood on the precipice, gazing into the wonders I sought to cross her boundaries. I tried to convince her. I pouted. I pleaded. I swore my ambition was only to serve her better. She only smiled and told me to be contented. Inconceivable as it seems to me now, I shared a bed with a goddess, yet I wasn't satisfied. So I sought to prove myself worthy to her instead. We come now to the crux of my folly. Shall I share the story behind it, or would you rather head straight to its sordid finale? Very well. Once upon a very long time ago, a mighty lord lived. I'll save his history for another time, but the gist of it is that he sought to usurp the goddess of magic so that he could become a god himself. He almost managed, but not quite. His entire empire, Netheril, came crashing down around him as he turned to stone. The magic that was unleashed that day was phenomenal. Roiling like the prime chaos that outdates create. Even the weave itself could not withstand the onslaught. Fractured, then shattered, and all magic was lost to the mortal realms. She restored the weave, reuniting all its scattered shards. Or so I thought. Until, In the course of my studies, I learned of a book. A Netherese tome in which a piece of the fractured weave had been sealed beyond her reach. What if, I thought, what if, after all this time, I could return this lost part of herself to the goddess? The answer was to try. The outcome, I was certain that this deed of raw power, draped in romance, would convince Mistra to take me by the hand and welcome me into her hitherto I was mistaken. I obtained the fabled book and took it into my study. Here. Place your hand over my heart.
You feel the tadpole quiver as you realize Gale is letting you into the dark. You see through Gale's eyes, staring down the corridors of a dread mirror. But inside there are no pages, only a swirling mass of blackest weave. Pence its teeth, its claws. It's unstoppable as it digs through and becomes part of you. And gods, is it ever hungry.
Thankfully, the moment I absorbed the fragment wasn't enough to kill me. It was only the beginning. This Netherese blight, this orb, for lack of a better word, is balled up inside my chest. And it needs to be fed. As long as I absorb traces of the weave from potent enough sources, it remains quiet. Were it ever to fully destabilize, however, I will erupt. I don't know the exact magnitude of the eruption, but given my studies of Netherese magic, I'd say even a fragment as small as the one I carry, it'd level a city the size of Waterdeep. We might chance upon a king's collection of magical artifacts around the corner. We might cross paths with a miracle round the bend. All of this, it must feel like a betrayal. Say the word, and we'll part ways. Once I'd step out of the protective aura of the artifact, it wouldn't be long before the Absolute overtakes me. I would consume some midnight tears and venture as deep into the wouldn't be a heroic end. That is, you truly are a soul that steals my own. From all my I thank you all. I understand if you stand against me. I'm humbled if you stand with me. Either way, I will do my best. I stand at a... Now. Even I am tired of the sound of my own voice.
Something's on my mind.
Ah, my good... Quite the cozy setup you have here. I'll just make myself comfortable. Thank you so much. I was just settling in and reviewing my latest findings. Mind flayers, cultists, and, of course, your esteemed company. Finding is my job, my friend. If there's anything in the world worth knowing, I assure you, I do. Why, I'm practically an expert. They've tentacles, you know? Quite shocking. The druid Halson had some kind of mind flare specimen in a jar in his quarters. A replica, no doubt, but truly fascinating to see up close. As a matter of fact, I do. But why do you? That can't be. Oh, man! Tell me, have you noticed any residual psionic malaise since the alleged encounter? That's quite impossible. You'd have undergone ceramorphosis by now. I can't attest to the specifics, but I do know that not long after insertion, the host, that's you, turns into a mind flayer. As there's not a tentacle on your head, I can only assume you haven't been infected. If what you say were true, you infected by... Isn't it? Perhaps that's for the best. I'd be irresponsible not to debunk such a strange claim. If I just peer in your eye, I could quickly... Oh, my dear, sweet gods! If we managed it, we'd have a specimen of incredible rarity on our hands. I'll need to research the particulars, however. Give me a bit of...
Need to find a way forward. What's hiding here?
Hiya. First things first, I need to get this engine tuned up. Thing's powerful, but it's been feeling volatile ever since I left the Hells. Can't be too hard to find an infernal mechanic round here, right? You really did it, huh? Not worried about adding more illithid into the mix? Well, what can I say? And yet... hope you don't expect me to follow your lead in this. Do they? I'm not sure either of us can say one way or the other. We don't know what the costs might be just yet. You can say whatever you want. You aren't gonna change my... I don't want to get more mixed in with this mind flayer shit than I already am. You'd agree with me if that tadpole hadn't eaten the scent. Now, are we done? What? Oh, come on. You don't mean... Ah.
Isn't it? It is done.
One horn, the stink of Avernus, Advocatus Diaboli.
Well, I'll be God's damned. The Blade of Frontiers. Thought I'd shaken you for good. That'll teach me to underestimate you.
Karlach, the Archdevil Zariel's gladiator, come to burn the Sword Coast to ash.
If by met you mean hoofing it through the hells with this fucker on my tail.
Shut it, devil. I know your kind. A heart darker than a shadow's nightmares. You'd cut a child's throat just to taste the blood.
A devil? I didn't take the blade for a fool. I'm...
A great fire roars through you. The fire of the first hell. You are Karlach, tearing through demons across a blood-red landscape of fire and volcanic cinder. The front lines of the Blood War. With every swing of her axe, Karlach fulfills Mistress Zariel's purpose.
Proof! Clear as summer sky. It's over, Karlach. It's time you feel the sting of the blade.
I've tried to tell you. I'm not what you think I am.
Another vision. Karlach's blade rays slicing through devils, Zariel's servants, as her eyes dart around, seeking escape. Will shudders with Karlach's desperation. She is a victim of the Blood War, not an agent of it.
By Balduran's helm, No! I will not be tricked!
You saw the truth. I may be an effective soldier, but I never wanted to serve Zariel. Legged it away from her the first chance I got.
And yet you served.
Will catches his breath and his lips straighten. Sheer dread twists his face.
No! Devils cannot be trusted!
You know monsters better than anyone. Can't you look in my eyes and see I'm not a devil?
You don't know what this means. You don't know what you're asking me to do.
I'm asking you to live, Will. I don't want to hurt you. And to be frank, I'd rather not find out how the blade got his name. I swear to you, on all I am.
Shit! You really are no devil, are you?
Oh, thank the gods. Thought I was gonna have to take your head.
You would have died in the attempt. But there have been enough threats today.
Truce then?
Aye. I see the good in you, Karlach. I promise not to lose sight of it. Even when the hells burn hottest.
Go on, enjoy yourself.
You've been witness to a pantomime, I'm sorry to say. And I've played my part all too poorly. It means that a reckoning's coming. And I'll be the one to pay up. One night soon, when we make camp, the veil will be lifted, and I'll pay my penance. You're not in any danger, I promise. Well met. Are you sure? The blade stands at the ready. And just when things...
Something's burning.
Great God, Helm. Allow us peace in this plane and beyond. Teach us care when we would be reckless. Teach us He of the unsleeping eyes. Grant me the might to carry this burden. Grant me the faith to face darkness without fear. Only a coward would speak ill of the fallen. Would that the arrow had pierced your heart instead. A massacre. Drought, please, just leave me be.
I hear shouting. Someone needs help.
Grand Duke Raven Guard could be inside. Don't just stand there. Push! Inside! Hurry! We don't have much time.
that door. Opening it could spell trouble.
In here! Wait! Get me out!
Stop wasting time.
So it is spoken, and so is it done.
Indolence breeds madness. Efficient path. Just so. Eager for battle.
I'm trapped! Someone open this door!
The door gives way with a loud crack.
Let's move, quickly, before the whole place collapses.
Onward.
Fresh air. At last. Your boldness is a blessing. I'm in your debt. Listen close. Drow have taken Grand Duke Alder Ravengard. Westward, if my eyes and ears may be believed. I must report to the Flaming Fist Manip, with haste. And you. I must ask again for your... Please, rescue Ravengard from his Drow captors. May I trust you'll see it through? By the time aid arrives, it might be too late. The invisible force holding Baldur's Gate together. Without him, I fear that may have been the intention of those who abducted him. Moonrise Towers, along the old road. Unless darker fall... This was no random attack. The Grand Duke was their target. Thank you. And should your courage falter, approach the towers with care. I will seek reinforcements.
Can't give up now. Light on my feet. That took the edge off.
My kin are near.
It's huge.
It would be too much to hope that's nothing to do with us, wouldn't it?
You go a lifetime without
I have something to ask.
Drop your weapons!
I'll feed your innards to the ants before I do that, Istik.
This is your last chance!
No, look up. That was your last chance, Istik. Now burn!
Stop wasting time, Beretta. You're not here to play with the locals.
Of course, Kithrak. We merely sought to...
No excuses. Question, kill, then move on. Find the weapon. Our queen watches us. Fail her at your peril.
A red dragon. I envy its knight. Would that I rode such a steed. A crash must be near. The dragons serve Githyanki. Follow me. Kithrak, we must speak.